Good morning, homebound students, parents, teachers, anyone else who's listening. This is Mr. D with your daily announcement for Tuesday, March 31st. Would you please respectfully stand with me for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And today, for our moment of silence, can we keep in mind all those unsung heroes in the medical field? The doctors, nurses, aides, paramedics, EMTs, fire personnel, even our police officers and others in public safety, all who are risking their lives every day on the front lines of this terrible killer virus. They not only put their own life at risk, but that of their families as they return each day from potentially being exposed. Please join with me for a moment of silence. Thank you. Now for today's funny, and of course I'm not always all that funny, other than funny looking sometimes, but a little more about my own life, and to see that someone out there has a sense of humor. As you can see, I'm an old man, but what you probably don't know is that my wife and I have a late-in-life teenage son. He's age 14. He was a big surprise, 12 and a half years after what used to be our baby girl. We have 7 children, 6 of which we had in a 10-year period of time. We thought we were finished, but someone else thought differently. My wife was even pregnant at a son's and a daughter's weddings, who got married 35 days apart. We have 19 grandkids, and the 2 oldest are only a year younger than our son, and one is actually in the same grade. But that's not the funny. The funny part is that when our son was about 2 months old, we took him for the first time out in public to Walmart. And as we approached the check stand, the person working there turned and said, "Oh, what a handsome grandson that you have." And of course we smiled and, as in a friendly way as we could, shared and said, "He's not our grandson, he's actually our son." If you could have only seen the face of that person, that was priceless, and that was funny. And then one other kind of funny piece about this is, for about the last 10 years, every time I take our son with me to Taco Bell, they always give me the senior discount. So I get 10% off because they think I'm his grandpa, so they think I qualify. So once again, not hilarious, but kind of funny. Things happen in our lives that we just sometimes don't understand, but they end up being great blessings and great opportunities. And of course, we enjoy having him around. He keeps me young at heart, even though, I'm old, and I'm definitely old enough to be his grandpa, but I'm his dad. Now for some advice in these times. First, let me touch on something kind of ad-libbed that I didn't prep yesterday as I was planning for this. As I've been watching the news and seeing things that are going on, I think it's just really important for us to take responsibility and ownership for what's going on out there. And I know that's really hard for you, especially you high schoolers, and especially those of you in your junior and senior year, and most especially the seniors, because basically in almost every aspect, it seems as if your senior year has been decimated. No prom, no actual graduation exercises probably is what's going to end up happening. If you played spring sports as an athlete, those were all canceled and all gone away. And all those things are really tough to handle. And through the next few days, we'll discuss some of those things more at length and how to try and mentally and emotionally overcome those things. But on a piece of a good news for college athletes, at least the seniors, and actually all collegiate athletes altogether, yesterday the NCAA just made a huge decision, and they've actually extended all spring sport collegiate athletes' seasons to give them one more year of eligibility. That means if you were a freshman and you're on the baseball team in college, then next year will, in essence, be your freshman year again. And so I guess that's good news, especially for those that were seniors that completely missed their season. Yeah, March Madness, the basketball players missed going to the tournament, but they still got most of their season in, as well as all the other winter athletes. But the spring sport athletes have completely missed their entire collegiate season. And so there are some things that are happening out there. People are taking and paying attention to what's going on. One other piece that happened early this morning, they announced on the news that in the state of Massachusetts, all of the seniors that were in their fourth year of medical school, as of today, will be early graduated virtually, so that they can get out into the field and quickly become part of the medical staffing, the critical medical staffing that's needed. It'll be interesting how they handle them taking their tests. They're called steps, and to do the final certifications. But I think it's a wise choice, and Massachusetts isn't the only state. There are other states that are doing similarly to get these medical professionals, and same with nursing classes, nursing students out into the field because they're desperately needed. But with that said, let's go on to what I had planned to share for the rest of this morning. So there are just so many positive things that each of us can be doing ourselves during the time that we have at home with our family members. For the parents who are working from home, as you work, take a few minutes each day and share with your kids what you're doing and why. You would be surprised at how they might be interested in what you are doing and why you are doing a specific task related to your work. You have no idea how many hundreds, if not thousands, of students that I've spoken to through the years that had no idea what their parents did for work or what kind of jobs that they had. For those parents working from home, as well as those who are not working but are at home anyways, what a wonderful time to sit down with your kids and tell them about your lives when you were teenagers, when you were their age, and even share some stories about growing up and the challenges that you faced when you were their age and younger. Pull out the old family picture books and share with your kids about their grandparents and their great aunts and uncles and about the amazing stories that you have about your families. There is nothing more valuable than knowing where we come from, both the good and the bad, to allow us to be proud of who we are and to help us discover the whys about our own lives. For the students, don't make this a challenge or, as I've shared with your parents, don't make this tough on them. Be patient and be willing to sit with them and to learn from them. You'd be amazed about what you can learn from them. Trust me, someday you will be grateful you had these amazing opportunities, and you will regret, like no other, if you waste this amazing chance to learn about your parents' work and your families and your relatives. Also, take some time every day to get some kind of exercise. Whether it is just walking up and down the stairs or doing planks or walks outside, weather permitting, of course. But get up and get the blood flowing each and every day. So today's challenge is to say or to share something positive on social media among your friends and families. Ignore the negative and be the positive difference in others' lives. And just one note on that as well. Don't just accept everything that you see on Facebook or on social media, Instagram, whatever it is that is your social media piece, and take it as fact. A lot of things that are being posted out right now are completely untrue. You can use Snopes, SNOPES.com, to verify facts or things that you think might not be true. But don't believe everything that you say or see, but be positive. I give you that challenge today. Go make a difference. So now some info for you junior and senior athletes wanting to play at the next level. If you are a Tier 1 athlete, all will take care of itself. In other words, if you're one of those top premier athletes, the colleges are all reaching out to you and chasing you down, trying to get you to come to their school. But if you were a good high school athlete wanting to continue to play at the next level and you're not one of those Tier 1 players, I suggest that you be open to several opportunities that you probably haven't thought of. First, take a look at some NAIA schools or Division II schools. You can also look at some D3s. Now, the D3, Division III schools in college don't offer athletic scholarships. They can only give academic scholarships. And so they'll be creative in how they do that. But ultimately, if you go to a D3, you're going to get a great education. Those are like some of what they call the Ivy Leagues. But you're going to end up paying for at least half of your education. But another area that you may not have thought of is a junior college. Many junior colleges across the country, especially in the Midwest and the Plain States, and especially the Plain States, have many athletic programs and don't ever have enough athletes for all of their scholarships. If you are willing to move away from home and try out a junior college first, you have a much greater chance at a partial to a full scholarship. And in most JCs, their student-to-teacher ratio is really low, like 25-1 or less. So you get a great education, and you get great personal relationships with your college professors. These are some schools, there are some schools like these that send their athletes through the dorms at the beginning of the year, looking for students who played sports in high school because they don't even have enough to fill their rosters. It is just an option to look into if you want to continue to play, save some money, and have a great experience. Many of the talented and successful junior college athletes then get to move on to the four-year college to continue playing. So just another option for you. Tomorrow I will share more about how to identify and find the different kinds of schools across the country and their programs and staffs so that you can reach out with emails and some different things. I'll give you some hints on things on how to do that. I actually used to own a company where I helped student athletes get recruited at the collegiate level, so I know quite a bit about it. In closing, as many of you know, the original 15-day program for social distancing from President Trump ended, and on Sunday evening, he and his team extended the social distancing program through the end of April, through April 30th. I know this isn't exciting news, but each day I will try and share ideas of how we can all better manage our time at home and do so in a positive way, that we can grow from it. My young homebound friends, just as I stated yesterday and will continue to state tomorrow, we may all seem to be alone in our homes without friends, teachers, support, etc. But the one thing I know and believe is that even from our own homes, we are all still in this together, with lots of great people out there trying to make our world safer and healthier, while still keeping as much normalcy and routine as possible. You know, it's interesting in my thoughts on this, but I've watched on Facebook and different aspects of social media, and I see teachers out there that are frustrated and struggling to try and come up with online ideas and different things, and they're missing you. And I know that sounds kind of weird because some days you've seen them when they're in class and they're tired and they're frustrated and they get flustered because someone gets out of hand. But trust me, you don't go into this business of education unless you truly care about kids and care about what their future is And so these teachers are sitting at home alone as well, just like you, and trying to figure out a way to connect and to stay connected with what they love. And that's the piece. They love you. So don't forget that as they send you assignments. And if you think they're just trying to keep you busy or do some of those things, know that they really care about you and that they're doing their very best to try and keep their assignments interesting and relative, and trying to help you discover, just like what I said yesterday about finding the why, not just the what and the how, but the why. So I end my thoughts today with this statement. Once again, where we go one, we go all. I promise all of you, you are not alone. Thanks for watching and listening. And again, if you feel like sharing this video message with your friends, families, teachers, and classmates, please feel free to do so. Until tomorrow, wishing you an amazing Tuesday. This is Mr. D signing off. Have a great Tuesday. P.S. I have shared this Facebook via Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and through Messenger. And I just created an Instagram account. But if you already have an account, please share this out, because I know that Instagram is where the majority of you as students hang out and in other aspects. So please feel free to share this out. If you just think it can help one person, 2 people, if it helped you. Once again, wishing you a wonderful Tuesday. Have a great day.